The countdown timer for the Fortnite Season 4 live event has finally dropped, meaning that we are really close to the final live event in Chapter 6. And it's safe to say this is going to be a crazy live event, probably the biggest one in Chapter 6. And what's so good about this one is how well Epic are doing to cover it up, and no one really knows what's going to happen. But today I'll be covering theories for the live event and secrets that have been leaked. These are literally the final moments before we enter into the Simpsons reality and say goodbye to the Chapter 6 island once and for all, so sit back as this video is genuinely going to be insane. But before we start and get into the video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel with the post notifications turned on so you don't miss a video here on the channel. We've just hit 75,000 subscribers, which is actually crazy, but that said, let's get into this. So the Simpsons mini-season update is expected to be released only a few minutes after the live event ends on November 1st. The full downtime is expected to end around 5 to 6 hours after the event, and the OXR equipment has just been deployed near the cartoon anomaly for analysis and is now projecting a bright red countdown with beam. But a few things I noticed is that the beam isn't visible from the battle bus, the beam appears briefly in close proximity and then it disappears, and the countdown is barely visible due to height and trees, and then finally our team equipment is smaller than the pumpkins on the island. Also, a Simpsons teaser has dropped, which is on the screen right now, which looks so cool. I love the look of this already, but that's not it, because around Bart's treehouse, a purple energy has appeared at the cartoon anomaly, buzzing around and inside the treehouse, accompanied by sparkles and electrifying sounds. Maybe this could be forces of the Dark Presence, or hints that he's currently using the 0-point shard. This reminds me of what we had last season in the Super Showdown. Around the portal where there was all of this purple looking energy. I honestly think that with the Simpsons slowly leaking into the game, I believe this is the work of the Zero Shard in the Spirit Realm, which is exactly why the build up for this event is the Veil weakening and Simpsons leaking through in its place. It also makes sense that this is where the Dark Presence will arrive through, because the location of the treehouse is where the Spirit Realm is beginning to bleed through the strongest. Because of the Simpsons being brought through and UFO gameplay tags added back to the files, I theorize that at the end of the live event, we're going to be abducted by Kang and Kodos, since they're already free in Reality 783, and we are taken to Springfield after that. So I do not think that anyone needs to worry or freak out about this not being a story event, because they just seem to be teasing the end where we get to Springfield, and Epic's plan is to keep the story event a secret to get few players and to show that players don't care about the story, which is quite sad because the storyline is quite a big part of Fortnite. Just thinking about everything going on with the live event, it's really confusing and mysterious, and honestly, I'm personally so excited because of how little we are getting, and the way that things are being teased and revealed is so cool. I don't understand this hate and backlash that Epic are getting. Genuinely, I'm seeing so much hate within the community because next season is a mini season. It feels like there's a general lack of hope and excitement. I mean, even if the live event is really good and the storyline thrives its most, it's still going to be quite difficult to take the season serious when it's themed around a cartoon TV show. I kind of feel like the core of the storyline is confusing, and doing something like this could only make it even more confusing. That said, collab seasons have worked in the past. Like, look at the Chapter 2 Season 5 season when we had a Marvel themed season, but when it comes down to the actual storyline, Chapter 6 has felt very map focused, as Epic are still yet to justify and explain the nature of what Hope's character is completely about. It kind of just seems like she's being used as a plot device due to her magical prediction seen within her graffiti, and Jones hasn't even really bothered searching for Sloane, Amy, or any of the 7 which have been lost in the past, so in that sense it does kind of feel like the storyline is very messy and plot holes are being witnessed, like things aren't being explained. And when I say it's very map focused, the main thing that I remember about Chapter 6 is how much the POIs have changed, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Demon's Domain changing and turning into purple trees, whether it's any other location, even the bridge that gets updated pretty much every season. It just feels like the map is the center of the season rather than the storyline, and that is a big problem. That said, it is still very exciting because this is going to be the first time since Chapter 6 was released where we will go inside of the Spirit Realm and then see the 0 Point Shard, since it crash landed on Oninoshima in Season 1, and in this case all we've got to go off is the Simpsons related spaceship containing Kang and Kodos, and of course Bart's treehouse on the edge of the map. But there are a few more things that you guys need to take into consideration. This event is going to be lore focused. Simpsons will be involved to tie us into next season. The event is going to be about Hope and Jones's crew and OXR confronting the Dark Presence, and the main mission is to reclaim the 0 Point Shard like it has always been since the very start of Chapter 6. It also has its very own pre-event countdown music, which I'll play in just a second. The identity of the Dark Presence should be revealed. The tentacle monster is involved, which is also likely to be the Dark Presence. There will be the reality tiers. Reality will be breaking down at some point. And once again, it's happening November 1st, but to be specific, 11 AM EST. So this event is going to be insane. I understand that there's still quite a lot of backlash and stuff going on, but let me know how you guys are feeling about this live event, and any theories you guys have, please be sure to let me know down below. But if you got to this point of the video, also comment Dark Presence, and make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel with the post notification bell turn on, and also make sure to leave some hype on the comments because that genuinely does help a lot too. But that said, here is the live event countdown music.